Hello and welcome to LGC, Legendary Gaming Chronicles. I'm Troy.
I'm Judah. Welcome to the first weekly podcast in a little while. Lots happened.
Yeah, a ton has happened. We've seen weeks of stuff happen and
Yeah.
go by. We've been busy playing games.
Yeah, a couple new games we've been playing on the Xbox One. Looks like we're going to be getting a PS4 and possibly a Wii U. Get some of the newer games coming out. But two of the big topics we're going to be coming across today, we're going to be talking about the new DLC that just came out to Call of Duty Ghosts, Devestation. It's the second in the 4-part DLC that's going to be coming out. And we're also going to be doing some Watchdogs expectations.
I am looking forward to Watchdogs.
Watchdogs is the reason Troy did not buy GTA 5.
And it didn't come out. But we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, we'll critique in a minute. We're going to get to Call of Duty first. Now, Call of Duty Devestation, if you haven't noticed yet, the first one was called Onslaught, second one's Devestation. It spells out Odin eventually. But
Odin, Loki, Thor, all
Yeah.
those.
now, this is another good one, and so was the first one. I'm not quite sure which DLC I've liked the most so far. We got the weapon early because we're season pass holders, along with what seemed to be everybody else.
Yeah. I guess everybody has the season pass. Did not feel special.
No,
Not at all.
It didn't feel very exclusive, but at least we got it. Okay, so we're gonna go over the maps first. We'll talk about which one's our favorite and what we like and dislike about each one of the maps. The first one is Unearthed, which we kind of predicted it was going to be another remake map.
Yeah. This is actually my favorite.
Is it?
Yeah, I love Dome.
Yeah.
It was one of my favorite maps to play on, and just the way that they redid it.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't change too much about it. The cover points are still the cover points, and the spawn traps are still the spawn traps.
Yeah. Yeah. If you weren't aware, Unearthed is a remake of Modern Warfare 3's Dome map, which was one of the fan favorites. Not Rust. We got 2 more map packs that we might get.
I know
Rust.
we might get Rust. We keep begging for it,
I know. The next one is Ruins, which is it's got an interesting little kill streak to it.
Oh yeah, the Predator.
Yeah, so I guess that's going to be a new theme for each one of the DLC packs, is having a popular movie character as a kill streak, usually a hack and slash of some sort. We got Jason, and now we've got Predator from the Predator movies.
Oh, it's Michael Myers.
Oh, is it Michael Myers?
Yeah, it's Michael Myers.
Is it? I get it mixed up.
Everybody gets them mixed up.
No hockey mask.
Yeah.
So what do you think of Ruins?
I think it's a very creative map. Definitely the Predator makes up for the bulk of it.
Yeah.
There's this one spot where it has a tower with 2 staircases leading up towards it.
Most OP map on the spot.
Yeah, and if you can hold that spot down, it's over. If you can get your teammates to actually help you hold it down.
Yeah, we actually played a match of Kill Confirmed on it and won, but we were all negative because they just never came down from their little hill to come get the tags.
Yeah.
I was talking about this before, how there's always that one map on each one of the DLC packs that I'm not a huge fan of, and the first one was what was the one on Onslaught? Containment.
Oh yeah.
The EMP thing in the middle of it. This one, I'm not a huge fan of Ruins. I feel like the layout's a little uneven in little ways. I feel like, there's always these little spots where there's 4 different corners that you have to check, and there's all these different levels to it, and I don't know. It just feels kind of sloppy to me at times. The Predator does kind of make it more interesting. Actually, there's 2 kill streaks. One is the Volcano Strike that we didn't really mention. That one kind of got drowned out by the attention of the Predator. There's also one on Earth too, which
we failed to mention the aliens on.
Yeah, yeah. There's aliens, by the way. that wasn't worth noting. But the next one is Collision. Collision, you've played it, right?
Yeah.
It's a really tight map. This is one of my 2 favorite maps on the new DLC. It's got a lot. It feels a little bit like what was the cruise ship on Black Ops 2?
Oh,
I can't remember.
I can't remember what it's called.
Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like that how there's a lower end to it, a top end to it. Did you like the map whenever you played it?
Yeah. I mean, there was nothing outstanding about it to me.
Yeah, it's a small little skirmish map or skirmish, sorry, not skirmish. But I don't know. It's not the standout map, but it can be fun. The next one I think is my favorite, Behemoth, or if I'm even pronouncing that right. Once again, forgot the kill streak on Collision.
Okay.
It's a freaking strafe run.
Yeah.
From some sort of plane flying over. It's a little bit difficult to use. Behemoth, it's a really narrow map. If you remember Narrows from Halo 3, think of Narrows like that.
Yeah.
It's a long map, but there's a lot of close range stuff to it.
Yeah. And there's a few levels on it too.
Yeah.
There's like 3 levels to it.
Yeah. It's almost always being spawn trapped for some reason is what I've noticed.
Yeah.
There's one particular back end of it that it's just hard to get out of.
Well, because it's so narrow, you have a north and a south spawn.
Yeah.
And there is basically no east and no west spawn.
Each side has a choke point that if you get pinned down in, you can come out of it, but I don't know. I think I mostly like the change in it. And the kill streak on that one is, you just got it a minute ago.
Yeah, I got it and didn't get to use it.
Oh, you got it right at the end of the match. What is it, the chopper gunner?
Yeah, the chopper gunner guy with the freaking death machine Gatling gun or whatever on the freaking...
Side. Yeah, the interesting thing about it, though, is it's a lot like the Helo Scout that you snipe out of, in the sense that you have, you're just totally vulnerable hanging out the side of it.
Yeah.
But you're also mowing people down at the same time.
Yeah. It kind of makes me think of that scene on Iron Man 3. Whenever the Mandarin sends in those helicopters to Tony Stark's base, and they freaking drop out, the 2 helicopters just drop open the doors, and there's guys with, machine guns and just...
Yeah, that and the strafe run, I feel like would have been good additions to just the regular kill streaks.
Yeah.
Because everybody complains about there not being enough good kill streaks in the first place and stuff like that.
Well, the cool thing about the strafe run is that, backing up to Collision is that there's not that much cover on Collision.
Yeah, unless you're underground, you're out in the open.
So once that strafe run comes mowing through, if you're out there, it's probably over.
Yeah, you have little crosshairs in front of you, but I could swear you're shooting everywhere on that map.
Yeah.
Next thing we're going to cover is the new weapon, which we said earlier we got first. Troy, you're taking more of a liking to this map than I have, or to this gun than I have.
Yeah, it's a different style. It's a great invention of a gun, just to be able to switch.
It's really clever.
From submachine to AR. They call it the Ripper. I call it the Stripper, because whenever you go from an AR to submachine gun, it's basically stripping down.
But it could be the other way around.
But it could be the other way around.
So it's like putting the clothes back on.
Yeah, so we can call it conservative too.
We can call it modest at the same time. I don't know. At first I found it to be a little bit complicated. I always found myself either sticking in one or the other. It wasn't my first instinct to switch to one to the other, but I guess it's something you have to get used to. One thing we really need to bring up though is this going to be a consistent thing with getting a hybrid weapon? Because this is the second time.
Yeah, this is the second time we've gotten this. Yeah.
It's curious because unless it's going to be some sort of shotgun hybrid, we've seen the majority of the popular types.
Well, one thing that I would like to see, and I think that we might see, is we might actually see one of the secondary guns.
That's what I've been thinking
A
about.
pistol or something like that with some kind of
Yeah.
it transforms into something, or
Yeah.
two different kinds of.
A pistol that turns into a rocket launcher.
Yeah, that'd be. Yeah, basically the Sallies on zombies.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the thing is, you know, I was saying that assault rifles, submachine guns, and the snipers are among the most popular. So I think it's going to have something to do with the shotgun.
LMG.
An LM, yeah, that's
that
right.
breaks in
an
half into
LMG
two
too.
shotguns, dual wielding shotguns.
Yeah.
It breaks in half into Rangers. Bring the Rangers back.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go ahead and talk about that. If we could bring back one type of secondary or something from a different Modern Warfare game, you couldn't bring back the Desert Eagle necessarily because the 44 is basically the equivalent to it.
Yeah. I would bring back the models.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're OP.
Yeah.
Give them all that range and
Be
everything.
a pain in the butt on strike zone. I was gonna say the Raffica, but that's basically the PDW.
Yeah.
I don't know. There needs to be an automatic pistol like the Cap 40, but they can't go steal from Treyarch, so. But I guess we'll have to wait and find out. Now the last part of the DLC is the second episode in the 4-part episodic story that they're doing, which is Mayday.
Yeah, which we got nowhere on.
Yeah, let's just put this out here. Extinction is not our strongest point. We're
I wouldn't say it's not our strongest point. I would say that
naive.
we've put a whole lot more time in the multiplayer.
Oh yeah.
And so we're not all ranked up. See, the thing about Extinction is that you play, you lose, but you rank up.
I need an endless mode. I need to be able to just have replay value, because I feel like once I do beat it, there's nothing really left to do unless you're just going to, you know, go for a different challenge, or you can actually turn on different skull kind of things after a while.
Judah wants a mystery box.
I want a ray gun. Let's get the ray gun here. Nah, I don't know. One of the things, I know it's like part of the whole system, but I'm not a huge fan of the whole resetting back to everything that you use your skill points on in the first place. I know that's part of the building your way up, but whenever you build your way up and you die and you go back to having nothing, it's a little frustrating. But, you know.
Yeah, well, that's why they had the teeth or whatever.
That was just
which
added
I'm
to.
still not understanding, kind of.
I don't understand why teeth
I
is what it is.
I don't know how I get them.
Why can't I go take the teeth out of every alien I kill and unlock everything? But yeah, I mean, overall, I think it's a good DLC pack. More than anything, I think it makes me curious about the next one.
Yeah, and really, this is kind of taking us away from Titanfall.
I know, because me and Troy, our clan is involved in Clan Wars, and we just finished. We actually just won Gold Division, which means we're going to be moving up to Platinum. And it feels like every weekend it's either a Clan War or a double XP weekend, right whenever we're planning on jumping back into Titanfall. So there might be a little bit of a rivalry between Respawn and Infinity Ward, trying to keep them together away from everything.
Or, we'll see between EA and Activision.
Yeah, that's always been, always will be. Yeah, at the same time, I kind of feel like this DLC they didn't build a whole lot of hype on it. It seems like it was announced and it was there.
Yeah.
That's partly because of the Ripper being out, but, you know, I feel like the first DLC Onslaught had a little bit more hype built behind it.
Yeah, Titanfall has their work cut out for them. They definitely do if they want to keep up with this pace.
How's that?
You know, like, the thing is that Call of Duty is already established, and they're just building upon what they have.
Yeah.
You know, when we look at the difference between Call of Duty and Titanfall right now, is that Call of Duty's so it's not an in-depth game, but it is more in-depth than Titanfall.
Yeah, I mean, that's
more
what
guns,
that's what I keep saying.
more maps.
Titanfall is great. They've mastered so many things like gameplay and balance and all that stuff. There's just not enough of it. There's literally like less than 15 guns total. And you look at Call of Duty, and there's just so much more customizable stuff about Call of Duty. There's more detail to each thing. There's more reasons to keep coming back to it, like you said before.
Yeah.
You know, Call of Duty has more things pulling you back into it.
Yeah, the double XP weekends and
Yeah.
all of that, but
Yeah, but I mean, it's like comparing it to, you know, Call of Duty 4. I mean, you look at Call of Duty 4 compared to Call of Duty's coming out now.
yeah,
It's, you know,
but
definitely come a long way.
if Titanfall can come out with, give me 8 maps on a single DLC, and like 8 guns.
Goodness, that's asking a lot.
It's asking a lot, but
we are only getting 3 DLC packs with
I know,
Titanfall.
so we better get a lot.
But the season pass is cheaper. We're chasing rabbits.
Yeah.
So moving on to Troy's section here. This is his game coming out. We're gonna talk about Watchdogs now. The would have been already played Ubisoft game, because Ubisoft is known for delaying their games, but that's okay.
Yeah, that's okay.
Because if it wasn't ready,
yeah.
I mean, to be fair, they were coming out with Rayman Legends, Assassin's Creed, all this. I think
you don't want to take away from your other games.
I don't really know if I think that might have had something to do with it, but at the same time, I don't think the game was completed. And they even said, you know, we don't want to have the game come out without it being finished and stuff like that. But I mean, I respect Ubisoft for it, and Ubisoft is a quality developer, and they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
So, first thing on the list of expectations is the open world. Now, how big are you expecting it to be? Like Skyrim big, or?
Well, I mean, it's a city. I'm not expecting it to be Skyrim big. The thing about Skyrim was that, you know, most of the terrain was mountains and trees and stuff like that, and you can do that forever and ever. But we're talking about a city.
Yeah.
We're talking about buildings.
Is this Chicago?
Yeah, Chicago.
Chicago, yeah.
Chi-Town. Gotham City.
Yeah. There's going to be an Easter egg for that.
Oh, yeah.
Batman's. You're going to look up in the clouds and see the Batman.
The back signal.
Yeah.
Turns out that Aiden Pierce is actually Bruce Wayne.
It makes a lot of sense. He retired and couldn't quite shake it.
Yeah.
The thing about this open world is it's going to be so dynamic. You're going to have so much control over what happens in it. And, you know, as far as all the stuff that you have control of, it's going to really change the city depending on how you change it.
Yeah, and you can make certain decisions and it not affect the campaign or the main story mode in a sense, but it can affect your character. And it can affect you, the decisions that you make. But
I hate decision-making games. I mean, I appreciate them trying to add depth to it, but it always means that if I don't get the ending I want, I have to go beat it 3 more times. That's why I'm scared to play all the Mass Effect games, because I've heard that one small decision and you've killed everybody. And I don't know. I'd rather be able to get the true ending and be done with it. That's why I'm glad I got the Black Ops 2 ending.
It brings up the replayability. It makes you play it more.
But it doesn't make me want to play it more. It makes me feel like I need to play it more.
That's exactly. They want you to have the need.
Look, they don't care if you play it because you want to play it. So what are you looking forward to most about the open world?
Most about it is I really want to see, like, access to buildings.
Yeah.
Like, you know, people's everyday lives.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, 'cause you were talking about before. Like, you could find out somebody has cancer and then see that they died. You know, a couple months later.
Well, what I would like to do is I'm probably gonna do this in this game. You guys could call me weird, but I'm gonna pick one random person. I'm just gonna follow them throughout the entire day.
It's only creepy if it's a girl.
Yeah, and I'm gonna see what they do throughout their entire day.
It's only creepy if it's a little girl.
Yeah. Are there kids in this game?
I don't know. I mean, little kids have smartphones. You might be able to hack their smartphones.
Yeah.
Now, this is something I'm a little bit curious about with this game, is the impact of killing. Because Aiden Pierce isn't supposed to necessarily kill people that aren't, you know, a threat to him. Like, you've seen the trailers where he kind of shoots the cops in the knees and stuff and the legs and kind of drops them.
Well, I feel like Aiden Pierce is who you make him to be.
Yeah. I mean, that's what we've seen in Assassin's Creed and stuff like that.
Because, I mean, the thing is that this guy is a vigilante.
Yeah.
You know, and you have different kinds of vigilantes. You have the Batmans, and then you have the Punishers.
Yeah, you have to realize there's a difference between vigilante and mercenary.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean,
you can make him like Batman to where he does all the right things and does all the good things, or you can make him like the Punisher, to where he's just blowing people's heads off.
Just because.
Rage mode.
All right. Yeah, it's gonna be good. On to the next thing is vehicles. Now you were talking about. I just recently bought Need for Speed Rivals, and Troy said that he thinks he's gonna get his car fix from Watchdogs, kind of like how a lot of people got theirs from GTA 5.
Yeah. Racing. I mean, the thing is that.
Can you race? Can you race?
I'm pretty sure you'll be able to race.
Yeah.
There's always racing in these games. There's racing in GTA.
Yeah, but this is a little bit more serious.
Yeah, but I mean, and that's the thing. I feel like they're presenting it as serious, but you can make it.
You think there's gonna be hijinks? You think there's gonna be stuff that you can just kind of goof around with?
Yeah, I mean there has to be. They kind of presented it like they did Dead Rising 3.
Yeah.
Whenever they first revealed it.
Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden you got a hold of all these.
Yeah. No, I don't think it's going to be that extreme to where Dead Rising 3 is. There will definitely still be a serious tone to it, but I think you'll be able to. I think you'll be able to get drunk. I think you'll be able to do a lot of those things that you can do in Grand Theft Auto.
I think the only thing that Grand Theft Auto has a hold on as far as that kind of stuff is just the fact that you have such a big community to do it with. But I still think there'll be a lot of fun to do in there.
Yeah.
So.
But I think the driving should be smooth. I think.
Didn't they show some driving?
Yeah. Yeah, they actually showed some driving. I mean, the only thing that you might not get, I'm not sure if there's going to be any first person or anything like that.
First person driving?
Yeah. I think it may be all third person. I'm not even sure if I would want to be first person driving in this game.
I mean, if it's an option, it's an option.
Yeah.
I don't think it will be. From third person games, it's kind of weird for it to all of a sudden be first person.
But I mean, when I compare it to games like Need for Speed and NASCAR and Forza and stuff like that, is, for me, it's the fact that there are people on the streets.
Oh, yeah.
I can run them over,
That's why they're there, yeah.
Yeah.
I can run them over.
I can run them over. When you look at a game like Need for Speed, it's a little more fantasy-like. You're taking off at these top speeds and you hit something and you're still kind of going sometimes. You got health and all the other kind of stuff. Even with Forza,
I highly recommend Need for Speed Rivals, by the way. It's a fun game.
Yeah. Open world driving game.
Yeah, that's why I got it. I have all these shooter games, and I wanted to actually have a casual game that I could just kind of sit back and play.
It's basically Watchdogs, but you can't get out the car.
It is not.
No. They were talking about Midnight Club.
Yeah.
And how Midnight Club is basically Grand Theft Auto.
GTA 5 without being able
without
to
get out the car.
And the funny thing is, this is another rabbit, but I'm going to chase it anyways. Basically, the funny thing is they're both made by Rockstar.
Yeah.
So it's like, they looked at Grand Theft Auto and they were like, you know what, I bet we could totally take out all of the walking around, all the extra activities, and just do all the driving and still make money.
Yeah. And
guess what? People bought it.
On Midnight Club, you can try to run over people all you want, and somehow they magically dodge out the way, even when you do hit them.
That doesn't happen on GTA.
No, it doesn't. Well, sometimes it does.
They can
it glitches sometimes.
Yeah, every game glitches. Alright, so you wanted to add this third section to it, and this is kind of interesting. You wanted to add distractions.
Yes.
And again, we're going to refer to Skyrim.
Yes. I mean, the thing about Skyrim is that you be on a mission, trying to do something. And
Dragon.
Yeah, dragon. Oh, cave. Oh, troll or freaking giant.
I can't wait to fight dragons and Watchdogs.
But, we were talking about distractions. You have missions, and then you have side missions, and then you just have random crap that happens.
Yeah.
And I would love a ton of distractions.
Oh, freaking Red Dead Redemption.
Oh, yeah.
I remember you grabbing that poor guy and tying him up and chasing the train for 5 minutes trying to find a place to put him in front of it. Poor guy exploded.
But
I
yeah.
think you'll be able to do stuff like that. In this
Yeah,
game.
I think you will. You'll be able to get your lasso out and not play.
Yeah, well, I mean, more of just pointless crap, but yeah, I'm sure there'll be distractions and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Especially just because there's so much to this game.
Yeah, and especially with the ability of someone to enter into your game and hack you.
Yeah.
That's another distraction you have right there that I forgot about.
Oh yeah, I mean, you can. That's the thing. Like you were talking about, even like following somebody to figure out what their life is like would be a distraction.
I know.
I mean, I've played games where the distracting things like that are more interesting than the side missions.
Yeah.
You know. But you never know. I mean, I feel like we found out a lot about this game so far, but we still haven't found out that much. Like I feel like there's still going to be a lot to learn. I felt the same thing about Titanfall. I mean, it felt like we were finally seeing all this gameplay stuff, and all of a sudden, boom, we were playing it.
Yeah. It would have been nice to get a beta for Watchdogs, which went out, but we didn't get.
Oh, it did, didn't it?
Yeah, it did go out. It was like leaked. It started showing up on people's Xboxes, the beta.
Yeah.
But they couldn't download it or anything like that. But somebody's playing the beta right now.
Yeah, it better be in beta. Jeez, if it's in alpha, that'd be a problem.
Yeah.
Do you remember when it's coming out?
When?
When Watch Dogs is coming out? Couple months.
May 27th?
Is that what it is?
I believe it's May
We're
27th.
in April right now, so about a month and a half.
If it's not, we'll correct it.
Yeah, we'll get back on it. Yeah, I mean, I know there's a lot of hype about this game. The funny thing is, I think Titanfall and Watch Dogs apparently are both the most anticipated game of the year.
Yeah.
I've heard.
Well, you got Arkham Knight that was just announced. You know, we didn't even think that was coming.
Well, yeah, I mean, I look
there were
at
rumors,
yeah,
but
what I'm referring to is like kind of like whenever you watch commercials and you're like, this is the one that 9 out of 10 doctors recommend, but this is the one dentists use at home, and this is the one that does this. I like that's why I'll see like all these different games like this one was game of the year, but this one was also game of the year.
Yeah.
This one was the most anticipated, but this one was also the most anticipated, stuff like that. Now.
Well, you got Destiny.
I know, that's what I was about to bring up. I was just thinking about it earlier. My two favorite, genres right now as far as gaming are first-person shooters and open-world action adventures. And this is throwing it all together, and to top it off, it's Bungie.
Yeah.
Who's been quiet for a little while. So, the thing about Destiny is it's either going to make or break Bungie.
Well, I don't think it's gonna make or break Bungie. I think Halo already made.
Well, Bungie. I mean, it's gonna make or break their future.
I think it will make or hurt their future. I don't think if Destiny flops, which I highly doubt will flop.
No, well, no. People are gonna buy it.
It's gonna sell out the wazoo, and if it's terrible,
if they still pay.
They still. It's kind of like Battlefield.
Oh, shots fired. But yeah, we'll be keeping you up to date on the next DLC. As far as when Watch Dogs comes out, I'm sure we'll probably have a review for that. We'll more than likely be at the midnight release, which they had better have.
Which I'll be picking up my collector's edition.
Right. You ought to see the size of this Titanfall collector's edition that he got.
Yeah, I've gone through that entire art book.
Yeah. Also, by the way, you should be seeing an unboxing of that. That's already recorded. It just needs to go up on the site. Do you want to hint anything at the Kickstarter?
Oh yeah. Well, I guess we might.
Since we're already here.
Yeah. We're gonna be starting a Kickstarter soon. There's a whole lot of things that we would like to do with LGC, and we would like you to be a part of it. We'll feed you guys more info on that as we prep that and get that ready.
Yeah. I think we'll probably be putting some stuff about it once we launch our Kickstarter. We'll be putting it out on Twitter and Facebook and that sort of thing, and I'm sure we'll probably talk more about it next podcast. But think that about sums all of it up.
Yeah, I think that about wraps it all up. We look forward to next DLC for Call of Duty Ghosts, and we're looking forward to Watchdogs coming out. And
yeah, it's gonna be good. And but for now, we will see you guys later, and see you guys next week on the next podcast.